Be ready. 5 seconds. Start. A copy of the note dated 1st July 2014 issued by the respondent is attached hereto and marked as R1. I say that the answering respondent has been regularly interacting with the commuters traveling on its network for the purpose of getting their feedback on the aspects which requires any improvement or special emphasis. However, there were no complaints being received by DMRC for providing free drinking water facility during the last so many years. I say that the answering respondent is having no source of providing drinking water facility of its own and is dependent upon Delhi Jal Board and other agencies for providing the same. Even for staff members, DMRC regularly purchases potable drinking water from third-party vendors on payment basis. Learned counsel for the respondent number 3 also draws our attention to the orders passed by the division bench in PILs filed against the DMRC wherein directions were sought for providing drinking water facilities, toilet facilities, sitting arrangements, etc. to the public. On 18th July 2007, the following order was passed by the division bench in Mahendra Kumar Ahuja versus DMRC. We have heard the learned counsel appearing for the parties on this petition praying for a direction to the respondents to make toilet facilities available at all Delhi Metro railway stations. It is stated in the petition that no proper and sufficient toilet facilities are available in the metro stations located at various places in Delhi. In reply to the contentions raised in the petition, a counter affidavit as also an additional affidavit have been filed by the Delhi Metro Rail Corporation Limited. It is pointed out in the said affidavits that out of the total 58 stations, toilet facilities are available in 45 stations and only 13 stations do not have toilets. We are of the opinion that it is not for this court to decide where toilets in the metro stations should be located and whether toilets should be in paid area or outside. These are matters for Delhi Metro Rail Corporation to decide, keeping in mind hygiene, cleanliness, public convenience, and other aspects. This court should not interfere and issue directions in this regard. It is further stated that out of the said 13 stations, the corporation has taken a conscious decision and has drawn up a plan for having toilet facilities in the 9 stations. So far as the remaining 4 stations are concerned, it is stated that due to space constraint, it would not be possible to have any toilet facility in these stations. But it is stated in these stations, staff toilets are available within the station area concourse level, and in case of emergency, the said toilets are available for use by the commuters. We accept the aforesaid statement. We observe and hold that toilet facilities in the aforesaid 9 stations shall be constructed and made available to commuters as early as possible. So far as other 4 stations where such toilet facilities are not available, metro authorities shall, in case of emergency, allow commuters to use staff toilets. In terms of the aforesaid order, the writ petition stands disposed of. In view of the aforesaid, there is no jurisdiction or warrant to proceed with the matter any further. Accordingly, the writ petition, being devoid of merit, stands dismissed without any order as to cost.